mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine.
Welcome to the Pool Lock YouTube channel. I'm James Locke. Today we're going to answer some Ask James questions of the day. And the first question is from Stanley. He says, I'm still struggling with this concept of two types of returns that you're talking about, income and capital appreciation. Because when I look at my accounts, I just pay attention to whether it's going up or going down. All right, Stan, thanks for your question. And believe me, you're not alone. Most people look at their accounts the same way. They look at the bottom line. They look at whether the balance is higher or lower than it was last month. And during your working years, that's really all you needed to pay attention to. You just wanted your account to grow. You wanted to see progress. And when the market dropped, it wasn't a big deal because you were still contributing. You were buying shares at lower prices. You had time to recover. But once you retire, the bottom line doesn't tell the whole story. You need to understand where your returns are coming from. Are they coming from the known return, interest and dividends, or from the unknown return, and that's capital appreciation? So let me give you a simple example. Imagine you own a rental property. Each month you receive the rental check. That check comes in, it's income. It's predictable, it's renewable. You can spend it without worrying about the value of the property. Now, the property might go up or down in value, but the rental income keeps coming. Now, imagine you own raw land. There's no rental income. You're relying entirely on the hope that the land will increase in value. That's capital appreciation. It's unpredictable. It's dependent on timing. And if you need money, you have to sell part of the land, which means you're cannibalizing your principal. Now, your investments work the same way. Interest and dividends are like the rental income. Capital appreciation is like the value of the land. Now, when you're retired, you want more rental income and less dependence on land value. So once you understand that distinction, everything becomes clearer. You start to see why income-generating investments reduce risk. You start to see why they provide stability. You start to see why they allow you to enjoy a more stress-free retirement. A great question today. And if you'd like to send in your question, you can do so. Email them to poollock@poollock.com. Let's move on to our second question. And this question is from Marianne. She wants to know, I have most of my money in a 401k and my plan was to leave it there for retirement, but it's in mostly mutual funds. So what am I missing here? All right, Marianne, hey, thanks for sending your question in, first off. But this is a question. I hear it all the time, right? And it's an important one. Most people spend their working years investing through a 401k, and 401ks are built around mutual funds. That's not an accident. Companies offer 401ks to attract and retain employees. And who are they trying to actually attract? Well, younger workers, of course, people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. Those workers need growth. They need capital appreciation. They need mutual funds. So 401ks are designed with that in mind. They offer a wide variety of stock funds, maybe a couple of bond funds, perhaps a stable value fund, but they don't offer the tools you need to generate real income in retirement. They don't offer individual bonds. They don't offer preferreds. They don't offer many of the income-generating investments that retirees rely on. Now, you might say, but my 401k has bond funds, and that's true. But bond funds are not the same as individual bonds. When you buy an individual bond, you get two assurances. You get a fixed interest payment for the life of the bond, and then the return of your principal at maturity, assuming no bankruptcy or insolvency. So those assurances are incredibly valuable for retirees. Now, bond funds don't offer those assurances. They don't mature. They don't return principal, right? their value fluctuates. It fluctuates based on market conditions. They pay more income than stock funds, but they don't provide the stability retirees need. This is why most people roll their 401ks into an IRA when they retire. IRAs give you access to a much wider range of investments. You can build a portfolio that generates real income. You can reduce your risk. You can create a strategy that supports your long-term goals. And here's something interesting. Many 401ks allow you to roll money out once you turn 59 and a half, even if you're still working. Why? Because companies don't want to manage your account forever. They want you to move it. They want it off their administrative books. So what you're missing is simply this. 401ks are designed for accumulation, not distribution. They're built for growth, not income. And once you retire, you need tools that generate income, tools that most 401ks don't offer. Great question, an important one. And if you want to send in your question like Marianne did, email that question to poollocke@poollocke.com. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. I'm James Locke, your retirement income source, and I'll see you next time.
Money on my mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine. Retirement is near, don't you live in fear. Listen up, my friend, let me make it clear.